Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Therapy Room. My name is Shay Marriott. I am the Director of Marketing and Business Relations here at the Center for Child Development and Delaware Center for Counseling and Wellness. So today I have the opportunity to interview Dr. Angela Pesci Vassallo. Did I say that right?
Yes, you got it.
And we're going to be talking about anxiety. So welcome to the Therapy Room.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Yes. Well, you are not a stranger to the therapy room. We had an interview before and you did an amazing job. So I know that you are going to give everybody a clear understanding of what anxiety is and what you're going to be offering this summer for our teens. So before we get into that, can you just let everybody know a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. I've been with CCD for 3 years now, give or take.
Wow.
I wear a couple different hats. I am a therapist, school-based and virtual therapist. I am a field supervisor. I conduct groups as needed. And I also do consulting, which is like helping with psychoeducation, training, curriculum, all that kind of fun behind the scenes stuff. And I'm blessed with a couple interns who help me out.
Yes. So, Dr. Angela, we are going to be doing a lot of groups this summer, but one group that we're going to be offering is the teen anxiety group. So before we get into the group, let's have a conversation about what is anxiety.
Yeah. In simple terms, anxiety is essentially just like how our body and our mind react to, stressful, uncomfortable, or just like unfamiliar people or places or things. And typically it's a negative response, but not always.
Right. So when we're talking about teens, right? Because I know that anxiety, depression, all of that can look different in adults versus children, as well as teens. So when we're talking about teens, what are some of the things that parents can look for to know if their teen, I should say, has anxiety?
Yeah. There are some of like the common symptoms that like a lot of us have experienced, which is, that racing heart rate, sweaty palms, that, thinking that just won't shut off, that self-doubt, those kind of things. But there's also the introduction of a couple other things, which can be, like stomach aches. It could be some of that flightiness, some of that restlessness, mood swings. Sometimes it can be like disruptions, like in eating, sleeping, or bathroom habits. And sometimes it's just like simple things like avoidance, like avoiding certain people or tasks or those kind of things. Yeah. Wide variety, actually.
Right. So there's a lot of different type of anxiety disorders. But what is like some of the common ones that you see in teens?
Generalized is the most common, and that one is quite literally just like general anxiety, kind of just a overwhelming feeling of anxiety. There is social anxiety, especially picking up like after COVID or like ongoing COVID. There's more specifics like phobia related anxiety. There is separation anxiety, and there's actually, like anxiety and like panic attack also.
Right. Yeah. COVID absolutely has definitely encouraged social anxiety a lot. But even before COVID hit, I noticed that a lot of teens, because they have a lot of friends in the virtual world, that them being in crowds or trying to make friends with people in real life and in real spaces can be very complicated. And that's where you will see the social anxiety that's going on. So, and yes, and then COVID just kind of added to all of that. Yeah. So what tips can you offer parents to help their teen with anxiety?
Yeah, I think the first thing I always try to stress, which is sometimes impossible, sometimes is talking to your teen. If you can't talk to them, at least monitor them for some of these changes. Like I know a lot of times parents are like, oh, they just don't want to go to school or they just have stomach aches. Listen to those things, see what they are. Another thing that I always say is do your own research or seek out a professional, whether it's for yourself or for them. And another thing is just kind of being there. And what I mean by that is something as simple as like watching a movie together, like those little points of connection that can be so, so powerful without even meeting them to.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's get into the group. There's
Okay.
a group that's going to be offered, and that's going to be facilitated by you. And the group is called the Teen Anxiety Group. Now, tell us a little bit about the group, what ages is for, when it starts, and how long will this group will be running for the summer.
Yes, so excited for this. So it is actually going to be running for 6 weeks. It's going to start on, I want to confirm, June 30th and go until August 4th, Thursdays, 1 o'clock. That's when it's going to be. As of now, our goal is, to make it mixed, whether it's male, female, whatever gender. But if we get all girls or we get all guys, we're going to kind of rock with it either way. And it's really great. It's going to be, each week is kind of geared towards something different. So the first week is really that psycho ed. What is anxiety? What does it look like? What are those statistics? And then each week we'll go through self-care. What are triggers? What are coping skills? What are grounding skills? Real world practice, application, those kind of things. Really, so they come out of this with a good feel of it. Yeah. And what's really, really powerful about this group that I'm hoping to get out of it is we as therapists can be so great at times, but I think that peer influence is so important. So I think teen groups is just a great way to have that.
Yeah, absolutely. And just knowing that I'm not alone, there's other people that are feeling this, and, because sometimes people can feel so isolated when they're told they have anxiety or they have depression.
Right.
They're just like, oh, it's only me. But no, it's a lot of people that have anxiety and they continue to live alongside of it. It doesn't stop them from being able to have a healthy life. And I think that's the biggest thing that we want people to know in general, that regardless of what, we're not looking at their labels or the diagnosis, but helping you get those coping skills to know that you still can have a healthy life, regardless of what it is that you are dealing with. So I'm excited about the group. And I know it's going to be an amazing group because you are an amazing therapist. So if anybody that is, interested in coming to this group, the first thing you want to do, you can register for this group. You can register by going to our website, and that's centerforchilddevelopment.com, the centerforchilddevelopment.com, I should say. And we have a section on there where you see all the groups that's going to be happening over the summertime, and you can register through there, or you can simply just call our office and say you would like to register your child for the teen anxiety group that's going to be starting. And that number is 302-292-1334. Any last minute comments do you have, Angela?
If you have any other questions or anything, you can also email me. Feel free, and I can answer whatever. My email is pretty simple. It's angela@thecenterforchilddevelopment.com. Or if needed, there's actually also a link you can click on the main website to send something my way also.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And thank you everyone for joining us for the therapy room. Again, if you are interested in registering for this group, please go to our website. This is going to be a great group. And what I'm excited about too, Angela, and I didn't mention this, is the time period that you chose to have this group is preparation for the kids going back to school as well, because I believe most schools, if not all, will be in person this year. So it's going to be important that, they have those techniques, those coping skills to be able to have a successful school year. So yeah, we're excited about that. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. And thank you everybody for joining us. Until then, you have a great rest of the week.
Thank you.